true. Got our man, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich standing by, right?
Yeah, we're going to see some rain actually possible tonight. Not a ton. I don't want to get your hopes too excited for all those people that need some water for those thirsty lawns. We've only seen 1/100th of an inch. That's 0.01 inches in the past 24 days and just less than 9/10 of an inch in the past 42 days. So any rain is thankful and really helpful out there, but there's heavier rain to the south. I mean, I wish I could take all this and just shift it up about one state north. That would be great. But that rain is going to make it in here. The first leading edge, and a lot of this is going to be what we call virga. It's rain that falls from the cloud but doesn't make it to the ground. And this happens a lot, actually, in the cool season in particular. It's so dry below the cloud layer that it takes a while for the air to get saturated. That first rain will fall, evaporate, and then more rain will fall, evaporate. But eventually that evaporation saturates the lowest levels, and eventually it gets moist enough that water will make it down to the surface. But because of that, the totals don't end up being that high, and I don't expect a lot. I mean, this is about as best as we're going to do. The further north you go, it could be a goose egg. So you better not blink because you're going to miss a lot of this, maybe 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. And the highest chances will be right around pre-sunrise tomorrow morning. So overnight tonight into the morning hours. And then it's dry all day tomorrow and most of Friday. Friday night into Saturday, though, we'll get our second round of rain. There's our first batch. Boy, it looks promising, but notice how it just doesn't make it up here. It goes that way, doesn't head up here. Here comes the cold front. This pulls up some moisture, so at least scattered showers Friday night and Saturday, but that rain looks even fewer and farther between than the rain that's heading our way tonight. You see that little batch of showers tomorrow morning. You might wake up to rain. Don't worry. I would just keep the umbrella handy and maybe even not even take it because by lunchtime it'll be dry and the rest of the day will be fine. Friday's dry, but then Friday night you'll start to notice some clouds increasing. The rain gets here early Saturday morning, so this is really going to be an overnight into Saturday morning time frame. But by 8 a.m., the last batch moves through. So by lunchtime, those afternoon soccer games or baseball, t-ball, flag football games will be fine. You might wake up to rain, probably a lot of cancellations, and then later a lot of regret because it'll be sunny by about lunchtime. 40 to 50% chance that's mainly confined to the Friday night, late night hours and early Saturday. After lunchtime, it clears out, which is good news because that's when the solar eclipse is. Now, the solar eclipse is an annular solar eclipse, not total. That means it's a ring of fire. That's going to be totality out west. For us in the Carolinas, everybody here will see a partial eclipse, generally around 40%. For the Charlotte area, this is what we'd expect. Right around, I'd say, noon, we'll start to see that first little piece, but really about 1:50 in the afternoon, that's when we'll see the highest coverage, 42% or so. You'll need safety glasses, the eclipse glasses, number 14 welder's glass if you have the welding goggles. Don't stare directly at the sun, obviously. Don't use your camera as well unless you have a solar filter because it will damage the filter as well. And if we have clearing skies, we'll get a chance to see that. You can build a solar viewer. That helps. That's an easy way to see it. And we will get the clouds out here, I think, early Saturday, but it could be a close call on your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. Of course, you know, I'll be out there trying to get pictures of that as well. Next week, though, behind the cold front, much cooler air moves in, and temperatures will be back in the 60s. We'll be right back.